What is going on, guys? My name is Chaotic and welcome back to another Grand Theft Auto 5 video here on my channel. Now in today's video, I'm going to be sharing 10 things with you guys that you may not know about the import and export update. This is part 4. If you've missed any of the previous episodes, 1, 2, or 3, I would definitely recommend going to check those out. There will of course be links in the description. There are so many new tips, tricks, and features with this update, I can assure you guys you don't know of all of them. Well, with that being said, let's get straight into things. So to start things off then, did you know that the Wastelander is not only good off-road, but it's also very good in water as well? You can almost fully submerge the vehicle before it stops working. And because the vehicle is so big and tall, you can in fact drive it in most lakes and rivers around the map. So for example, as you can see in the gameplay in the video, you can drive all the way down the river in Raton Canyon without having to worry about getting stuck or water getting into the engine, even in the deepest parts. And there are no other vehicles in the game that I'm aware of that can do this as well. And like I said, you can almost fully submerge the vehicle before it stops working. And to give you guys an example of that as well, as you guys can see right now in the gameplay, I drove into the sea and it was only when the water went above the cab that it stopped working. So although the Wastelander is seen as kind of a pointless vehicle from this update, it doesn't exactly have any special abilities like the other special vehicles from the update, but it's still a great vehicle to drive around on-road, off-road, and in water as well. And let's face it, it's also a very cool looking vehicle too. Anyway, so moving on then to another secret tip, this one involving the new Ruiner 2000. Did you know when you get into it, it will give you a parachute if you haven't already got one, just like the helicopters and planes would in the game. So as you guys can see right now when I open up my weapon wheel, there is no parachute in the bottom right hand corner. That's usually where it's displayed. But as soon as I get into the Ruiner 2000 and get straight back out and I go back into my weapon wheel, you'll see I now have a parachute. So there we go. Simply by getting inside the Ruiner 2000, whether it's yours or someone else's, you'll be given a parachute for free, which is definitely a very useful tip or trick to bear in mind. And it also makes this the only land vehicle which does this. Now something else the Ruiner 2000 will also do is continue parachuting on its own even if no one is sitting inside the car. So for example, right now, as you guys can see in the video, in a few moments, I'm about to jump the car, activate the parachute, and jump out. And even when I do so, the parachute on the car will stay active and will slowly bring the Ruiner 2000 down to land. Which I think is a pretty cool trick or feature, and is definitely something which I'm sure you guys will have some fun with if you try this out, and who knows, you might be able to hit some awesome stunts with this too. Now as I'm sure you guys know, you can pick up all the new special vehicles with the Cargobob, but unfortunately you can't use any of their special features or abilities when attached. So for example, right now I am attached to the Cargobob with the coil rocket Voltic, but no matter what I do, I cannot activate the rocket on the back. But what you can do is have your friend detach you from the Cargobob, and as soon as he does, straight away you can activate the special feature or ability, which on this, of course, is the massive boost forward. Which again is pretty cool, especially seeing you can do many of these things in midair, and I'm sure you guys might be able to hit some awesome stunts using this too. Now moving on to another very useful trick, that being that you can in fact trade the vehicles that you steal and store inside your warehouse with other players in GTA Online. It's very simple. What you want to do is set up a sell mission for the vehicle that you want to trade with a friend, bring it outside of your warehouse, and as soon as you do, have your friend get straight into it and drive it back inside of their warehouse, and they can store it inside even though they didn't do the initial steal mission, which is certainly a very cool feature, and it means you can now trade vehicles with your friends. So if you have any vehicles which maybe you have duplicates of or you don't need, but your friend needs, he needs a few vehicles that you have for his collections, you can of course trade these with your friends. But of course it also works two ways as well. You can steal these vehicles from other random players online and take them back to your warehouse so you can sell them instead. Or what you can do is steal these vehicles from the players who have just stolen them or are going to sell them and take them down to the police station to receive some money and some RP. I myself wouldn't recommend doing so as the reward bonus is very small. It's something like $5,000 in cash and about 200 RP or something along those lines. So if you can, definitely take it back to your warehouse, but if you want to, you can troll those players and take it to the police station instead. Up next, did you guys know that the Sanctus Motorcycle is still missing from the Southern San Andreas Super Autos website, which means you still can't purchase it? A few weeks ago, for some unknown reason, it was removed. No one really knows why. A few players did contact Rockstar Games on the support forums to ask exactly why Rockstar had removed it from being purchasable, and their response was, it's still available in-game, you can still buy it. But the feature isn't available, and Rockstar haven't made any changes as of yet to restoring the buying feature. So unless you've already bought the motorcycle and you have one in one of your garages somewhere, it is not possible to buy this vehicle online, and we're still waiting on Rockstar to restore the feature. Moving on to something else which is more of a fact or an Easter egg rather than an actual feature or trick in the game, but did you know the collectors listed on the collection page on the laptop inside of your vehicle warehouses are in fact players from the GTA series? Most of these are names for characters in GTA 5, but one of these names, Chloe Parker, is in fact a character from GTA 4. Now do correct me if I'm wrong, but Chloe Parker doesn't feature anywhere in GTA 5, so it's certainly very interesting that she's one of the collectors in the update. But moving on to the 10th and final thing that you may not know about the import and export update, that being there are a number of vehicles in the game files of this update which are yet to be released. I'm sure you guys are aware of a few, including the Comet Retro Custom, the Truffade Nero, the Italy GTB, and so on. But another vehicle which many players haven't talked about is the Ruiner 3. This was also found in the game files, and here's an image of that vehicle. Now, for those players that have played some of the special vehicle work, you may have seen this in the Wastelander mission, where this was featured on the back of the Wastelander. Now, unfortunately, there is no way to actually get this in the game, and it's basically just a scrap version of the Ruiner 2000, but it does in fact work and can be driven, but the only way to actually get this in the game is to mod it in. So if you guys play GTA 5 on PC, there's certainly a chance you might see someone driving one of these around in free mode, but apart from that, this vehicle will never make its way into GTA Online as an available vehicle to purchase. For the simple fact, like I said, it is simply just a scrap version of the Ruiner 2000. Anyway, so there we go then guys, that's pretty much it then for this video. If you want to check out any of the previous episodes from this series of things that you may not know from the import and export update, there are of course links in the description. And also I'm doing a giveaway right now. I'm giving away a PlayStation 4. If you guys want the chance to win, drop a like on this video and click the link in the description to enter. Also be sure to leave a comment on this video and let me know your thoughts and feelings about these tips, tricks and features from the import and export update. And if you have not subscribed to my channel, I'd recommend that you do, because I upload all the latest and the greatest Grand Theft Auto 5 content. So as always guys, thank you for watching and I will see you guys next time.